Okay, Auzubillahi Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azmi NASHRIQ bin NAZRI. I today act as a moderator for our forum for today. So I will be presenting on our panel that will be giving their own opinion and also 2 cents of their own opinion. First we have Muhammad RAFIQ. Next we have Raziqree. Next we have Muhammad FARHAN. And lastly we have Muhammad SAIFULLAIL. Okay, so I have prepared several questions that it need to be answered for our forum for OSHA today. So for the first question, how does implementing occupational safety and health measures contribute to create a safe and healthy work style within a company? Does anybody want to answer the first question?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. So I want to take the chance to answer for the first question that is being asked by our Mr. Moderator today. So the question is about implementing occupational safety and health (OSH) measures contributes to creating a safe and healthy work style within a company by in several ways. So first and foremost, OSH measures can help prevent accident, injuries, and illnesses in the workplace. So by identifying and mitigating potential hazards, implementing safety protocols, and providing appropriate safety, companies can significantly reduce the risk of harm to their employees. This in turn fosters a sense of security and well-being among the workforce, so leading to increased job satisfaction and productivity. So moreover, a safety and healthy work environment reduce absenteeism and turnover, lowers healthcare costs, and protects a company's reputation. So that's it for my opinion for the first question.
Okay, thank you, Farhan, for giving your opinion regarding the first question. So we will be moving on to the second question, which is what are the primary roles and responsibilities of the OSH department in promoting a safe working environment? Does anybody volunteer for the second question?
Me, I want to volunteer myself to answer the question.
Yes, go
Based
ahead,
on
Simulan.
based on my research, the primary roles and responsibility of the OSH department is developing and implementing safety policies and procedure. The OSH department is responsible for creating comprehensive safety policies and procedure tailored to the specific risks and requirement of the company. This policy should cover areas such as hazard identification and control, incident reporting and investigation, emergency response, and employee training. For the second point is OSH providing employee training and education. The OSH department ensure ensure that employees receive appropriate training and education on safety practice, procedure, and the proper use of equipment. They organize training sessions, workshops, and awareness campaigns to promote a culture of safety. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Saifullah, for giving your opinion. So next we have the third question, which is how can OSH policies and procedures help in preventing workplace accidents and also injuries? Any volunteers?
I would like to answer that question. Okay, for the OSH policies and procedure help in preventing workplace and accident injuries by identifying and controlling hazard, which is provide guidelines for identifying and assessing workplace hazard. By implementing proper control measures such as engineering control, administrative control, and personal protective equipment, which is PPE, company can reduce the risk of accident and injuries. Next, Estal- Establishing safety protocol, which is can be clear step guideline for performing tasks freely. They ensure that employees understand and follow standardized safety practice, reducing the likelihood of error or negligence that could lead to accidents. For next point is promoting a safety culture. OSH policy and procedure create a framework for fostering a culture of safety within the organization. When safety becomes a priority and part of the company values, employees are more likely to take proactive measure to prevent accident and injuries. That's all for the third question.
Okay, thank you, Rafiq. So next for the fourth question, in your opinion, what are the key benefits for a company in prioritizing OSH practices and integrating them into their overall work culture? So any volunteer?
I think I would like to answer that question again. For the fourth question, the key benefit for a company in prioritizing OSH practice in integrating them into their overall work culture include reduce workplace accident and injuries, which is implementing OSH practice help minimize the risk of accident and injuries, leading to a safer work environment for employees. This in turn lower workers' compensation costs, insurance premiums, and legal liabilities associated with workplace incidents. Next, for productivity and efficiency, a safe work environment enables employees to focus their tasks without the worry of potential hazard. When employees feel safe, they are more engaged, productive, and efficient in their work, leading to higher overall organization. And this is also cost saving, preventing workplace accident and injuries through OSH practice significantly reduce costs associated with medical expense, worker compensation claim, and productivity losses due to absenteeism or disability. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Also, thank you again for Rafiq giving your opinion. So, for the fifth question, how can effective communication and training programs regarding OSH contribute to a safer workplace?
Okay, I will answer for this question. Okay, the effective okay, I really believe that the communication program play a vital role in this promoting workplace safety. They help to raise awareness about the potential hazard and safety protocol, which is crucial for creating a safety work environment. When employee will inform about the safety measure, they can identify and address the safety issues proactively. It's empower them to take a responsibility for their own safety and safety of their colleague. I also think that effective communication channel and reporting system are the crucial. It is to encourage the employee to report a safety concern, near miss, and the potential hazard. This way, issues can be addressed in the timely manner before they escalate. From this line of the communication, create a culture of a trust and the transparency, where the employee feel comfortable reporting safety issues. It's enable companies to take a switch action and prevent the accident from occurring. Last but not least, I think continuous learning is another important aspect, which is ongoing training and a communication program that to keep the employer informed about the new safety practice, advancement, and regulation updates. This helps us to stay update on the latest safety standard and improvement our safety. By providing employees with the necessary knowledge and resources, companies can ensure the safety remain a top priority and that employee are the well equipped to handle any potential risks. Okay, that's from me.
Okay. Thank you, Razik. So for the sixth question, what role does risk assessment play in OSH, and how can it play? Can it help in identifying potential hazards and implementing preventive measures? So, any volunteers?
Excuse me, I want to answer the question. Risk assessment plays a crucial role in OSH by helping identify potential hazards and implementing preventive measures. Here is how it works. First, hazard identification. Risk assessment involves systematically identifying potential hazards in the workplace, such as dangerous machinery, chemical substance, or ergonomic risk. This can be done through workplace inspection, analysis of work process, and employee feedback. Second, risk evaluations. Once hazards are identified, risk assessment involves evaluating the likelihood and severity of potential harm or damage they may cause. This assessment helps prioritize risk and focus resources on the most critical areas. For the third one is control and preventive measures. Risk assessment guides the selection and implementation of appropriate control measures to mitigate or eliminate identified risks. This measure can include engineering control, administrative control, or the use of equipment. Personal protective equipment (PPE). The last one is monitoring and review. Risk assessment is an ongoing process. It requires regular monitoring and review to ensure that implemented control measures are effective and that new hazards are identified and addressed promptly. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Saifullah. So for the seventh question, how can employee involvement and participation in OSH initiatives improve the overall safety and health culture of a company? So any volunteers?
So I would like to answer for the question. So for the seventh question, which is involvement of employee in the OSH initiative. So with the employee involvement, it can improve in several ways in the companies. So for the first improvement, we can see that it can increase the awareness and vigilance in the workplace. So when employees are actively involved in OSH initiative, they become more aware of safety issues and potential hazards. They develop a sense of responsibility towards their own safety and the safety of their colleagues, leading to a more vigilant work environment. So next point is that it can improve the knowledge sharing. Employees often possess valuable insights and experiences related to workplace safety. Involving them in OSH initiative encourage the sharing of the knowledge, enabling the identification of previously and unrecognized hazards and the development of effective preventive measures. For the last point, it can also improve ownership and commitment. When employees are actively engaged in OSH programs, they develop a sense of ownership and commitment to safety. They become more invested in creating a safe work environment, leading to a positive safety culture and a higher level of compliance with safety policies and procedures. So that's for my point for the question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Farhan. So for the eighth question, what legal and regulatory requirements exist regarding the OSH, and how do these legal and regulatory requirements influence on company obligation and also their responsibilities? So any question, any answers?
I will answer for this question. Okay, for the first one is compliance with health and safety regulations. Companies are required to comply with relevant laws and regulations related to occupational safety and health. These may include provisions for hazard identification and control, safety training, record keeping, and reporting of accident and occupational illness. Providing a safe working environment. Employees have a legal duty to provide a safe and healthy workplace for their employees. This includes maintaining safe premise, equipment, and machinery, as well as implementing appropriate safety measures and controls. Next, training and education. Companies are typically required to provide adequate training and education to employees on safety practice, emergency procedure, and the proper use of equipment and machinery. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Saifullah. So for the next question, what strategies that can be adopted to continuously monitor and evaluate effectiveness of OSH program in promoting a safe and healthy work style? Any volunteers?
Okay, I will answer this question. Okay, well, first of all, we must do a regulation inspection and audit are essential. It means we should conduct a routine inspection of the workplace to identify a potential of hazard. It's ensure the compliance with a safety protocol and verify the effectiveness of the control measure we have that implemented. It can help us to stay proactive in identifying and addressing any safety issues before they escalate. It's crucial to have a cinematic approach to the regularly access the workplace. The KPI is also provide us with the quantifiable data that help us evaluate the impact of our safety initiative. It gives us a clear picture of how well our program performance and guide us in the making informed decision for improvement. Another strategy is suggests in defining the key performance indicator which we know as a KPIs. It's to measure the effectiveness of OSH program by setting the measurable goal and tracking a metric such as the number of the accident, loss what they do to the injuries, near miss report, employees participation in training programs, and compliance with safety procedure. We can assess our progress and identify areas for improvement. We can seeking employer feedback and conducting survey that be beneficial. It's important to hear from the employee and understand their perception of safety in the workplace. By creating the opportunities for them to share their insight and suggestion, we can gather the valuable information to enhance OSH programs. As we know, employer on the front line uh, and often have a first-hand experience and observation related to safety. Their feedback can provide a valuable insight and highlight areas that maybe need attention. My answer.
All right. Thank you, Raziqree. So for the last question of today, how can a company promote a proactive approach to OSH, encouraging employees to identify potential risks and suggest improvements to enhance safety and health? So, any last answer for today?
So for the last question, I gladly volunteer myself to answer the last question. Okay, so for the answer, um, what strategies that we can promote employees to identify potential risks and suggest improvement. So firstly, we can train the employee awareness and readiness. They can provide, a company can provide comprehensive training programs to educate employees about the importance of OSH and empower them to identify and report hazards. This includes training on hazard recognition, incident reporting procedures, and the use of safety equipment. Then, company also can encourage open communication among colleagues. Foster a culture of open communication where employees feel comfortable reporting safety concerns, near misses, and potential risks. Establish multiple channels for employees to share their observations, suggestions, and ideas related to safety. Lastly, company or employer also can give reward and recognition programs. Implement programs that recognize and reward employees for their proactive involvement in OSH initiative. This can include incentive for reporting hazards, participating in safety committees, or suggesting safety improvement. So, thank you. That's it for my opinion.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupt. Can I add some point in this question?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, my point is a regular safety meeting and discussion. It's can we can conduct a regular safety meeting where employer can openly discuss safety issues, share their experience, and propose a solution that encourage active participation and engagement in safety related discussion. And my last point is its continuous improvement initiative. Actively seek employer input and involvement in the development of safety policies, procedures, and practice. Encourage employees to contribute their knowledge and expertise to identify the potential risks and suggestion improvement. That's from me.
Okay. Thank you, Razik, for answering for giving a top up for the answers for the 10 question. So with that, we can conclude on our discussion for today, where I want to give my thanks to each and every one of you for spending your time and also giving your own opinion regarding the question that have been answered by me. So I think that is from me. That is it from all of us, and thank you.